Your time is now to become a champion of your real estate brand. Are you ready? Welcome to the stage. It's your moment to shine. Level up your game. Success is on the line. Okay. Your time is now to become a champion of your real estate brand. Are you ready? Let's go. The Champions Podcast starts now.
Well, let's unpack that right there. First and foremost, man, you consider yourself an introvert. What makes you an introvert for those that may not be connecting dots right now and they don't know who they are and why they are that. Plug that in, brother.
Yeah. So for me, I always have been since I was very, very young. Like, for example, my father works away. He works on oil rigs. He's 3 weeks away, 3 weeks back, 3 weeks away, 3 weeks back. It's always been like that since before I was born. My mother told me that I didn't start talking to him until I was about 5. They actually
Oh,
thought
wow.
I had, yeah, just because he wasn't there all the time, I was like, just not going to talk to you. I don't know who you are. Although I did know who he was, but they thought that I had a thing where I couldn't talk. Like I just didn't talk. But I wasn't. I was just shy. I didn't want to talk to anyone. When I developed and got older and went through different jobs, the jobs that I had actually helped me really come out of my shell. One of them was, like working in a bar, working in that kind of sector really helped because you're constantly surrounded by people and you have to be because it's part of your job, like serving tables and making coffees and doing drinks or whatever. Then I got into cold calling. That unlocked a whole new kind of potential I didn't know exist, but at the same time helped me hide because I wasn't in front of people. It was over the phone. So then I got into like creating content for my YouTube channel and I became really comfortable speaking to people over a camera or through a phone. And then when I would meet them at like some conference or an event or something like that, I was like I just felt like I was a totally different person. And it was difficult for me to lead conversations like I would over a Zoom call or over a phone call or whatever. Yeah, I go through phases, especially towards the end of the year when you have like Christmas and New Year and there's all these big family reunions, all these big family meetings, and you're always doing like these Christmas meals with work colleagues and stuff where I just need time off. I just need to not time off from work. I just need to not go outside and see anyone for a day or two and just closing in myself and just be myself, lock myself away in my room or something and just work because I don't know, it's like it fills up my social, or it's say we could drain my social battery like drains, and I guess to the point where it's like oh my wife's like, oh, my mom and dad wanted to ask us out to dinner. I'm like, no, like there's no way. I can't deal with it right now. I can't, sorry. It's like those kind of things happen. So yeah, I'm not very good when I'm in a group with people unless I have to be. Like for example, if I'm like listing a home and I'm speaking with a family that wants to sell a home or things like that, I'm okay with. But then afterwards I finish, I get into the car and I'm like, oh, and I kind of just deflate and I'm like, okay, it's done. So yeah, that's me in a nutshell. Sounds weird, but I know.
Oh, Coach B, what do you got on that? So we've got the coach's corner here today.
Yeah.
Birgit Beal, calling her Coach B, love it. How do you come back from that? Or, what's your mindset as you hear Iain's story?
Okay, first of all, we don't come back from that. It is who we are. So we want to celebrate, first of all, who we are. We are introverts, extroverts. Some of us live on the spectrum. And everything that you said, Iain, is classic. So you're not weird or strange. You are a perfectly normal human being who presents on, I just need quiet time. My social battery gets drained. You said it perfectly. And so
Yeah.
part of that is allowing us to normalize that we need quiet time. That is okay. An extrovert has a hard time being alone because that really freaks them out, for example. And so they really love being around people all the time. So the extrovert needs time, off. Listen, if the extroverts would only run the world, we would have fallen off the cliff a long time ago. Introverts are part of this us humans because it balances us out. Into the
Right.
extroverts go, they're like go. They build a plane often before they really know what they're doing with it. Introverts are like, whoa, 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 let's check out this plane and make sure the pieces fit. So, and anthropologically, we both are consistently existing and they're surviving because one needs the other. And by the
Yes.
way, I did a little bit of looking up and I look at Ian in Spain, Amancio Ortega. He found fashion, fashion group over there. He is a world famous. Well, at one point, he was wealthier than Warren Buffett, but
Right.
he found a global fashion
Hmm.
brand and is a self-professed, introvert. So it's Penelope Cruz. For us, of course, it's Warren Buffett, Elon
Right.
Musk, and, people like that. So you are a powerhouse in everything that you do. The thing is, we need to recognize as extroverts who we are and then allow us to manage that. And so what you're saying as far as I need to give myself some space after social interactions, absolutely normal. Do it. Are you less effective than any other real estate agent, somebody that's more extroverted? Absolutely not. You bring, I always say introverts bring better strengths to the table, not better, different. I'm going to say,
Different. Yeah.
um, you introverts are better listeners. They are better researchers oftentimes because they tend to focus better. They really love that time. They are better in managing other people's emotions because they can focus in more on people. And so they bring such great strengths to the table and allowing you to recognize who you are and then developing your plan accordingly, whether that's in your family, social activities, and also in your business.
And I have a question.
I got a
Excuse me.
question too after your question.
Okay, get in line.
Get in line, that's right.
So I have my agents. Some of them are extroverts, quite far on the spectrum. And when I know that I need to be with them to help them with something or whatever else, I feel like I need to prep myself to get ready for it because it's a lot of energy that's going to come my way. How could I do that better or more efficiently? Like I see the phone call or the Zoom call or sometimes it's a coffee meet or whatever it is. Whatever the case for anyone listening could be different. But if you know that it's that high energy and it could be the other way around as well, right? You could be the extrovert
Sure.
and you're meeting this, shy, quiet person. You're like, oh, this is the drainer, whereas the other one's like too much. So
Right.
how could you prepare knowing that that's coming and what are maybe some like efficient ways to
Well, what are
oh,
you doing currently? Let me ask you that. How are you managing?
I just buckle up and take a deep breath and just just
And
pick up the
enjoy the
phone.
ride.
Yeah, and enjoy the ride. So yeah, yeah. I I,
So,
I really like how what you mentioned just quickly,
yeah.
how introverts can be very good at managing other people's emotions. Because as I have grown and developed over the years with clients and agents, I've seen that in myself.
Mhm.
And it was something that I never realized was something that I would ever be okay at. But again, it's all of this development from starting in working in bars and cafes and then going into cold call. And these are just things that I'm kind of discovering along the way. So if it is a really high energy person, extrovert, that I know that I have to talk with, sit down with, I know that whatever comes, I can manage it.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just I don't know, what if it was the other way around? What could you do to, better prepare yourself for coming?
Absolutely. One of the things you can really do is start surrounding yourself before the call and get yourself in that environment. That might mean listening to something that's really pumps you up, like YouTube or something like that.
Right.
It's like getting into that energy. So we are starting to come into that frequency of that energy. It's like, okay,
Right.
this is going to be high energy. I know I need to meet high energy. And so there's this kind of prep work to raise my level of energy. And then on the other side, give yourself permission to say, okay, phew, I just need to go into the closet for a minute and decompress
Right.
because, and there
Okay.
is nothing wrong with it. So that's one of my favorite ways of getting myself into that zone. And it's one of my favorite ways that I also teach with coaching or what not tell clients is to get yourself, raise that energy. Other way around, lower that energy so you can
Yeah.
meet that more quieter group who's going to run if you come in with so much high energy and they're going to be just turned off. Just like your group might be turned off if you end up coming on a lower frequency. We want to meet people where they're at
Right.
because we have something to give, we have something to share. And that's the reason you are making yourself visual and you're making yourself approachable to having those conversations because you have something to share. So that is big enough for you to get out of your comfort zone and to get into that conversation. So raise it up.
Right. Prep before, yeah. That's it.
Mhm.
I actually never thought about that before. Yeah.
And just to piggyback on that, what I was writing down as Birgit was talking, if you're that introvert, knowing you're going to meet that extrovert, come with intention, right? Is what I got right off that. You're coming with intention. What do I expect from them? They're going to bring the
Yes.
energy. They're going to bring this. They're going to bring that. And then, like Birgit said, prep yourself with that energy to come. Is it a YouTube video? Is it music? Is it, so if you look back at a time management, then that's why, hey, if that meeting's at 10 o'clock, well, maybe at 9:45 or 9:40, I need to have prep. So you need to have that scheduled in your daily routine to say, all right, hey, and that way you can be the best version of you. Wouldn't you guys agree?
Yeah, 100%.
Completely
And I
agree.
um also anyone watching this, it's not like me as an introvert, I'm like low energy and drained all the time. It's not that I don't have the energy. I just like to be by myself. I don't know. I don't
I
know how
know
to explain.
exactly, Ian, I know
Absolutely.
exactly
Right.
where you're at. I can be in my own space for 7 days and not see a single soul, and I'm happy as a clam. So when I have those instances where I have to raise the bar because I can't come in as quiet or super quiet and, and whatnot, and just kind of in that really chill mode, I have to raise it up too. And it's exactly what I do. I prepare ahead of time. Even before coming on a podcast this morning, I have to prepare ahead of time because my normal vibe is so chill that that's not going to go over really well.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
Plus, coffee
Yeah,
helps
it's
too.
Oh my gosh, coffee. Yes, that's my
yeah.
lifesaver all the way.
Definitely, definitely. And it's funny as well because I have two kids. So I got Michael, he's 10, and Elisa, she's 6. Michael's the introvert and Elisa's the complete opposite. So it's fun. It's cool to see these things as well with the kids in the house. It's not always going to be clients and agents, but when finish the workday with the family, you're also going to find that things with your family and friends and everything else. Really interesting. Although I do think that being real estate salespeople, and especially coaches as well, if we're good at what we do, we're really good at meeting people where they are. So if you are a
Exactly.
high energy person and you get on a call with someone else, you can come down because that's just what it's just a skill that we develop in this career. And then and vice versa, of course. If I'm coming in nice and calm and then I see the other guy, my client, my new listing client, for example, is a bit more high energy, well, I'll try and meet that so that we can build rapport together and just kind of get into
Mhm.
the sales side of things. That might be a bit more draining for you, no matter where you're going from or coming from and going to, but it's definitely a skill that we have.
And
Absolutely. And the agents who are really more consistently win are the ones that tend to be prepared, regulated, empathetic, and really they persist at a sustainable pace where they also learn to give themselves that space. So even you mentioned that little nugget going from work into family time. Give yourself space. If you need to regulate before you join your family, then take a moment and say, okay, here, this is what's going to happen now, and I have to switch gears. And it's okay for me just to remain in this space a little bit longer so I can adjust.
I love it. I want to kind of go back a minute because it finds me, and I'm very, very basic on, understanding introverts. So I love this topic today because I'm learning so much. For Ian, you choose a path. You know you're introverted, but you've chosen a path from bars, cafes, cold calling, real estate, where you have to put yourself in front of people in order to do the job and that is entailed. I find that fascinating because twofold. One, you're pushing yourself outside of your
Mhm.
comfort zones. And I think that's one of
Oh
the
yeah.
major reasons why you're such a great leader is that you
Yep.
continually push yourself outside those comfort zones. You do the work that needs to get done. You change that level of energy when you need to change it. And yeah, you go back in your car and you're like, whew, that's okay. You're understanding you. And that's awesome. And then I forgot my second point, but it was I just admire that. And it even goes back to what Birgit said back at the beginning too. I think introverts maybe sometimes it's used as an excuse. Oh, I'm introverted, whatnot. It's maybe looked down upon in a way from society, is what I'm saying. Where Birgit says it's a superpower. And I love that too, because we should look at ourselves, no matter if we're an extrovert,
Mhm.
introvert, whoever we are, man, woman, child, whatever. What is your superpower? And be yourself and be open, be positive of who you are. If you're that introvert, it's okay. How do you work with that? Just like Iain was saying, just like Coach B was suggesting, you push through. And you know how you are, but at times, what's your profession? Is it real estate? All right, I need to do these things to advance my business. If you're a lawyer and you're an introvert, going to be different. If you're a doctor, if you're a garbage man, whatever, just understand you. And I think you could be the best version of you, right, guys?
Absolutely. We are definitely not introverts and not lesser than. Nobody's less than. We're all equal. It is recognizing our own strength within and bringing those strengths out so we can serve the people that we're here to meant to serve. The reason we do this, and I recognize you again so completely. I sold vacuum cleaners door to door, built a beauty business. So I did all kinds of crazy things that shocks most introverts. But the desire for me to be out with people and serve them is greater than my desire to stay in my cave. So I continuously push myself out there. And it's not always easy, absolutely not. But I do it because there's something that I want to share with people. That's my true reason.
That makes you awesome.
Thank you. Here's my quotable for today. Introverts aren't anti-people, they're anti-overstimulation. That's my tweetable. So share that, make it a hashtag because that's important to recognize.
Wanted to ask again, Birgit, what was the name? I have it written down somewhere. What was the name of that book that you spoke about last
Susan
week?
Susan Cain. I was going to bring it with me, but I lent it to a friend. So I'm like, where is this book? I don't have it on hand right now, but it's Susan Cain. A book is called Quiet. If you're an introvert, no matter what it is that you do, read that book. I think it's going to be it's a great eye opener. It's super informative and helps normalize a lot of things that we tend to feel, have some feelings about.
That's awesome. I wonder if extroverts kind of get the same thoughts that I have, like, but on the other end, right? So, like, I think, yeah.
I'm honestly not sure because, and Jason touched on that, and because our society has up until now placed such emphasis on the extrovert. The extrovert wins, the extrovert gets it done, the extrovert is the champion. And so again, we need to normalize that, like so many other things in society, and get to a point where we can recognize it's equality.
Hey, real fast, guys. Found that on
Yeah.
Audible. You could get that
Oh,
book
yes.
Quiet. You could find it on Amazon as well by Susan Cain. So yeah, those watching or anything.
Awesome.
Yeah, check it out. Check it out. Good recommendation, you guys.
Yeah,
Yeah. Such a great book.
that is cool. Yeah, I'm definitely going to check that one out. So,
So
well,
a couple of tips,
yeah,
if I can share, for the introverts out there in real estate, reduce your overstimulation, increase consistent action, but make sure you give yourself that space. Build identified based confidence, meaning know yourself, who you are, and then work on turning that into a strength. Use scripts that feel natural, not performative. So have a script, but make sure you make it your own. So it comes from you. And then it's easiest to talk about. And then normalize your need for recovery and structure your prospecting plans that fit your nervous system, not fight it. And all of that can be set up once you have an idea on where you are, who you are, and then you can set up your business so it flows for you and not against you.
That's
that's
impactful.
definitely some great stuff there. I love how we can tie in the whole psychological side of things always into real estate and helping others. So, thank you, Birgit. That was really good.
Awesome. I'm glad that could help. So, um,
For Iain, man, I want to say thank you for opening up to you being you, man, and just kind of,
Yeah,
connecting those dots of
that's
your introvertedness, if I could say it that way.
yeah,
I see how much you are amazing in this industry, and again, just that great leader. Keep pushing through. You're able to conquer that. Let's help more people dominate being an introvert, and even those being extroverts. Let's help them understand and be better as well. Birgit, I know you put something amazing together that you wanted to share.
Oh, thanks. Yeah. And thanks again, Ian, for the transparency today and just sort of being vulnerable, especially as a real estate agent, everything is just fine all the time. But so, anyways, yes, I have a resource for you guys that I put together because I love this topic. I do a lot of coaching around this topic. So it's called the quiet power advantage. And I got to look at my notes. I'm a
Mhm.
note person. So, a guide for introverts who want to succeed in real estate without becoming someone they're not. And with that, you'll also get my 10 best prospecting tactics for introverts, the ones I use with my clients, and a really tried and true prospecting, ideas for you. So, the way we're going to do it, because tech is not my friend today, for right now, you can text me 317-995-9308. We'll put that in the show notes. I'll send it over to you or send me your email. I'll email it to you. And eventually we'll probably have a link in the show notes too, but not today.
Awesome. Thank you. That sounds super
That's
helpful.
so cool.
Definitely.
Heck
It
yeah.
is.
Love it.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, absolutely.
You guys are both amazing and I appreciate you and keep being awesome at everything, guys.
You too.
Yeah, you too.
Thanks.
Ian, keep rocking it. Jason, get ready for that cold snap this weekend. I'm already bundling up.
I will. Snow's a coming. And
And keep
Ian,
it
close
crushing,
it.
you guys. You guys are awesome.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, thanks for showing up. Thanks for listening. Thanks for being here. I know that we're on a screen, so it's easy for you and introverts to watch us and listen to us. But please reach out, say hello, and reach out to Birgit for some awesome resources to help you get going. So yeah, we'll see you in the next one. Thank you.
You should just ask, just stay. Just ask, just stay. You should just ask, just stay. Just ask, just stay. You should just ask, just stay.